So Meredith and I recently finished a day trip to John James Audubon State Park. And from the entrance, it really doesn't look like much, but once you go down the drive, it's pretty breathtaking. And that building is actually the museum, which costs $6 per adult to enter, but it's totally worth it. My favorite part of the whole museum? The bird observation room. But the museum's still really cool. It has 4 copies of the elephant folio, and it has a lot of Audubon memorabilia. And this tower, you can climb to the top of it, but there's not really much to see there. It's still kind of neat climbing the tower, though. Check this out. So I spent a lot of time outside, and all trails cause the hiking trails moderate. I do not want to see what a difficult trail looks like based on their definition. The hiking trails are well maintained, but you're going to get a workout. And throughout the day, we saw over 15 different species of birds. But one of my favorite things were these old growth forests. It was like being on another planet. Every tree, gosh, there's no telling how old they were, but they were as big as your dinner table everywhere you looked. And the deer. There are a bunch of them, and they are as tame as a house cat. And with that review out of the way, now is a fun time for some history and some trivia. So, everyone knows John James Audubon as the Birdman, but he's got a couple skeletons in his closet. John James Audubon, as we know him, was born in 1785 in Haiti as Jacques Jean Rabin. I don't know how to pronounce that. And Jean Jacques' daddy was a French privateer. So if you ever get bored, go ahead and Google privateer. I'll tell you all about it. And in the early 1800s, he was living in France, and the Napoleonic Wars were going on. Then in 1803, he obtained a fake passport and changed his name to John James Audubon, and he fled the country to avoid conscription. And by 1810, he moved all of his businesses to Henderson. And at one point, he tried to build a steam-powered sawmill slash grist mill, and it was a blunder. And he ended up having to sell his 9 slaves. Yep, he was a slave owner. And all those pretty majestic birds that he painted in Birds of America, they shot every one of them, and then they used wire to put them back into a natural position so he could paint them. The park was started in the late 1930s, and it's about 700 acres. And this is actually another side of the park. Be sure to check this out. We couldn't go because it was closed due to floodwater, but we will be going back, if just to see the wetlands. So, thank you all for watching.